Y'all keep saying, Key, where you been? Key, where you been? You ain't posting no video in like 2 weeks. Nobody said that. Y'all don't give a fuck. But when I say life be fucking lifing, and something so new like YouTube, it hasn't fully became like acclimated into my life. So when life get the life in, my first thought is not, bitch, you need to be shooting your content for YouTube. Especially the way life just lifed out of fucking nowhere, y'all. This is a lesson of like this is a lesson of the, what is the word? Bro, what is the word I'm looking for? It's like on the tip of my tongue. This is a lesson about the, basically what I'm trying to say is like, this is showing me how content creation, in content creation, shit just pops up. Shit can happen and it's gonna throw your schedule off, and you just gotta be consistent through it. There's a word for that. There's a word I'm looking for and I don't know what it is. In thinking about how like this shit is so unpredictable, found it. I feel like a lot of people talk about what they've learned with YouTube once they become big and once they got a lot of followers, but nobody really talks about what you're learning as you grow. Like as a small YouTuber, what you're learning as a small YouTuber trying to navigate this big ass world of YouTube. So that's what this video is going to be about. That's what this video is going to be about. We're going to talk about 5 things that I have picked up along the way in my first 30 days of consistently posting on YouTube. Let's do it. You know, I got my handy dandy notebook and it's only 5 things, so we gonna run through this real quick, okay? Catch up. Keep up. Cliche, you like, oh my God, everybody says this, but it really is key. Consistency. Consistency is key. Like, how do you expect to grow at something that you do every here and there and every now and then, or when you feel like it? You're not gonna see progress from that, right? Do something long enough to make it a routine, okay? And then that kind of goes into the second one. In order to help with consistency, for me, I created a content schedule that may not work for everybody. People might not want to be as rigid and stick to a schedule, but for me, I'm a very organized person, and if I don't have it like laid out in front of me, if I can't bring sense to it in my mind, it's not gonna get done. So for now, and what I've been doing for the past month, my content schedule is this. We're gonna start at the day that the video drops, right? So I have a video drop Wednesday. I chose Wednesday. Really, when I made my first video, it was very spur of the moment. And I decided to start YouTube, made a video, edited, dropped it all that same day. And it just so happened to be on a Wednesday. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick with Wednesday. Thursday, that means I'm scripting and planning for whatever my next video is. When I first started, I wrote a list of just potential ideas. So if in the moment when it comes time to sit down and script and plan, I can't come up with something or nothing is really calling to me, I'll just refer back to the brainstorming document. And that's pretty much been working. Now, sometimes something will happen and it'll spark an interest in something else, a totally different video. So then I'll go with that. But scripting and planning is Thursday and Friday. I work during the day, so I have to be realistic in knowing that I may not always feel like doing everything on that one day, you know? So I broke it up into 2. Saturday, we shoot content. Saturday and Sunday, I'm shooting any content I need for that video. I'm off on the weekends, so I have a lot more free time than I do during the week to go out and about and allot time to actually shooting the content. And then Monday and Tuesday are editing. And editing tends to take the longest depending on how nitpicky I am, depending on how complex or elaborate or whatever the video is gonna be. And then we're back to Wednesday where I'm dropping the video. I feel like for me, this really works also because I'm working on it every single day. I'm not trying to cram everything into one day. I know myself. That's not gonna work, right? So you just have to find a content schedule that really, if you decide to go the content schedule route, you have to find something that works with your life and your schedule. So 3, don't let numbers be your motivating factor, right? I started my YouTube at 0. You're starting at the bottom. I can't expect to have 0 subscribers and I'm getting hundreds of views on videos. It's just not feasible right now. It's just not. Granted, cool, you could promote it and go viral and, you know, whatever, and that'll bring traction, but the likelihood of you doing big numbers as a small YouTuber right when you're starting out is not realistic. Let's be realistic. You have to be okay with starting at nothing and building. I really enjoy the process of seeing something go from nothing to something. That's really why I love music, right? And being present for the creation of music, because it really goes from an idea or a beat or a line, a word. It starts so small, and then by the end of it, it's a full-blown ass song. You know what I'm saying? YouTube is kind of like that. You have to start with nothing and build it into something. Or certain aspects of creating will feel awkward. Being places and setting up your camera is going to feel awkward if that's not something you normally do. Sitting in front of this camera right now could feel awkward if that's not something you normally do. Promoting feels awkward if that's not something you normally do. That slammed the door a little loud. But y'all, you gotta get your shit in front of people's eyes, and that's not something that I've been all the way good at. I'm working on it. Promotion is also interesting when you really don't want to be on social media, but you kind of feel like you need social media. Excuse me. You kind of feel like you need social media to promote, right? So that is a area that I am navigating. As you know, as this goes on, you gotta work through the weirdness. You know, you have to step into unfamiliar and uncomfortable territory to see what it garners. You know, if you stay in this little bubble of everything that's comfortable, you're not even gonna push yourself to see the magnitude of how far you can go. And last but not least, number 5 is, don't take it personal if you don't get outward support from people who you expected to support you. For me personally, I am a person who is very loud about when people do something. I support that. You know, I'm sharing your shit, I'm commenting, I'm liking, I'm reposting, I'm whatever. If I'm proud of what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, and I really fuck with you, yeah, I'm gonna show you some love. Even if I don't really fuck with you and I'm just proud of the product that you're putting out, or, you know, happy that motherfuckers is finally taking a chance on themselves. I'm very big on promotion, or support, not promotion. And now that I am, you know, trying to take myself seriously as a creative, people is crickets, mute. Like, people who I'm very loud about and who I would expect to do the same and reciprocate that have not been those people. And there was a period of time I was very bitter about it, very like, oh, y'all don't fuck with me for real and blah, blah, blah. And honestly, I've heard it before, but it wasn't until I really am catapulting myself into this type of space to where I'm really seeing it to be true. Your biggest support is going to come from people who you least expect or people who you least know. It's going to be strangers, bro. But support is support, baby. Support is support. It don't matter who the support is coming from, to be honest. Give me them views. Give me them likes. Give me them reposts. I don't give a fuck who you is. You feel me? Think about it. Your circle of people is very small relative to the amount of people who are on the internet and have access to see your content, right? So if you are basing your growth on just the people you know, baby, you're not gonna grow. You're not gonna grow at all. So I think overall, this decision to start YouTube has been very eye-opening for me. It has really pushed me into a space of like, walk what you talk, right? If this is something that you want to do, then you need to allot the time and the mental space and the dedication to do it. I was dealing with some family stuff for the past couple weeks now. In the headspace I was in, I just could not think to pick up a camera. It just wasn't, I just couldn't do it. But I know that this is something that's important to me. So I have to pull myself out of that and create the motivation. You're not always gonna find motive. You're not always gonna feel motivated. Sometimes you have to just put yourself in a space of, okay, open the laptop and just look at CapCut. Just look at it. See if something comes to mind. Open your notebook, pick up the pen, and see if something comes to mind, right? Scroll through videos and see if you already have content that you could use for something else. So that if like the idea of shooting new content is what is making you like, oh, I don't want to do that. See what you already have. Work with what you already have. That's another one. That's a honorable mention. Work with what you have, baby. Okay? Don't go out there and buy that expensive ass camera. Don't go out there and buy that expensive ass laptop. I am shooting with the iPhone 14 Plus. Most of the times it's on cinematic mode. And I either edit on my phone via CapCut or my computer via CapCut. Do I want to go out and get a camera? Absolutely. Do I have the money for it? Absolutely not. So is that going to stop me? Absolutely not. You got to start from somewhere, right? You got to show yourself that if you can do it with an iPhone, then you can do it with a camera. If you can't do it with what you have right now, what is the point of going out and buying all this expensive ass equipment? Don't waste your money. But yeah, those are my 5, really 6 with the new edition. Just quick takeaways that I have learned so far in my first 30 days, actually a little over 30 days now by the time this video comes out, of doing YouTube. And I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud of like taking a chance on myself and just seeing where this goes. Creating for the sake of creating, right? Creating because it's fun. Creating because this is something that I really like to do and something that I know I'm going to get better at. What y'all see now, it might be good in comparison to other things that you've seen, but this is nothing. I can't wait until I'm like, you know, just really way more comfortable with the whole concept of shooting and editing, and it's over. It's wraps. Y'all are gonna be like, oh my God, Spike Lee, who? What the fuck? Spike Key, like, stop it.